kill you.
That's how the episode started. With a death threat. I always start with the song. Now we're starting with a death threat. Wow. So now I'm singing.
It wasn't me.
Howard the Duck. Woo! No way to conceal it. With a feather touch, I love him apart.
What was that noise?
Oh, the Cox thing. No?
Why does it make that noise?
Do you like my song? My singing?
No, I did not.
Oh. Look, I'm just trying to live my best life. I thought maybe you'd get into that because it's wah, 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 wah. No?
What is
All right,
that?
fine. The duck song. They sing it at the end.
Yeah, I stuck around.
Blasphemy. It's Howard the Duck, man. Whatever. Hello. Welcome back to the Yes to Year podcast. My name is James, and I'm joined by my quacktastic co-host, Beth.
Oh,
yes,
I'm
proud of that.
I really will.
I'm proud of that. Beth, how are you today?
Hungry.
Hungry? Me so hungry. Eat your chicken.
I'm kind of tired.
Oh, well, that's fair. Me too.
Not really. I didn't sleep well last night.
Why not?
It was very hot.
Yeah, you know what? Power outages will do that. So, we invited you to sleep on the floor.
With the rats.
Oh, and the ticks. So, as always, thank you for tuning in to listen.
Thank you.
For those of you that
You're
are
welcome,
new.
I mean.
Oh, yeah. Those of you that are
I don't
new.
get paid to be here.
Yes, it's all generosity. Welcome to the new people. We hope you enjoy the show. For those that have been coming back week after week, thank you so much for giving us so much of your precious time. We know that it's worth something. You know, Beth, I've been curious as to how the going back to work situation that is taking place is going to affect listenership. Like, you know, everybody's like going back to work now.
What does that mean? I've been at work.
Well, we have, but other people have not.
Yeah, why'd you say it like that?
I don't know. Yeah. I know that a lot of people listen to the podcast during their commute. So if they're going back to work, will more people start to listen, you think?
No.
Oh. I don't know.
I don't know. What do I look like?
Just a thought I had.
Mickey Mouse?
Yeah. Is Mickey Mouse psychic?
You know what? He might be. Mickey see, Mickey sue. Mickey does, Mickey do.
I'm not.
Oh, I don't.
I'm not entertaining any more of that.
But your puns are okay.
Monkey see, monkey do.
No, not the monkey. The song where he goes.
Oh, I don't know.
Mickey Mouse Clubhouse.
I don't know, babe. That's after me.
And it's the tools. No, actually, it's during you because that was when I was an infant. So
Enfant, as they say in French.
Enfant. No.
So.
Not as they say in French at all.
I know I did not realize that changing my part-time job that I would be lose so much time for listening to podcasts like I did. I'm really sad about it. I know. I cannot listen to them at work now, and it's really affecting my ability to keep up to date with my shows.
Well, if you cared enough, you'd keep up with them.
Oh. So who knows, really? Whatever. Anyway, back to the topic at hand. Howard the Duck. Yes, Dick. This is by far was one of my favorite movies as a kid. At one point, I would mess around and comb my hair so that it looked like his head. It's true. True story. I was a really weird kid. Beth, you actually own this movie. So I take it that you like it somewhat?
I cannot believe why I would have ever thought that I didn't or did not like this movie.
Oh my gosh.
Because it's horrible.
No, I have
absolutely atrocious.
Oh, that makes me so sad. I have to ask you a question.
Yeah.
Could you find love with a duck?
Absolutely not. We're going to run into my same problem with the robot movie from the other week. I mean, this is exactly my same issue. Why is it that people think that if an alien crashes into their world, that the first thing that they must do is make love to it? Makes no sense to me. I feel like this is a poor portrayal of females, and an even worse portrayal of mankind. Because you're pretty much just saying, yes, let's just throw an object at someone.
Yeah.
And see what happens.
Hence the duck?
I mean, if it has any kind of life ability, then yeah, you must reproduce. It makes no sense. She was a girl. He was a boy.
He was a girl.
She's in a band. Her whole thing is, I'm in a band.
He likes ballet.
Could it be any more obvious?
Oh, no.
Look, I got my Crocs on. You're making me upset.
Oh, sorry, Crocs.
Look. Her whole thing is, I'm in a band. My manager sucks.
Yeah.
Whoa me.
Yeah.
This duck crashes in.
Yeah.
He helps her. In the same sense of, oh, I'll help you. Okay. Cool friendship, I guess. Not really what I'd be doing because, there's a duck that's talking to me. And it looks like the kid from Home Alone.
Now, you think it looks like the kid from Home Alone?
Absolutely.
See, I think that it looks like Mikey from Goonies. Sean Astin.
Know who that is.
Look it up real fast.
Blob. Let me look it up, I guess.
Sean Astin.
I just care that much.
S-E-A-N.
I got a lot going on. Sean Astin.
Yep.
Oh, only one S. Alright. I got this giant ass mic in my face. Oh, this kid.
Yeah, Mikey. Doesn't he look like Howard the Duck? You see him?
I mean, I guess. But it also... No, look.
But Macaulay Culkin, you're saying? He looks like Macaulay Culkin?
Alone kid. Type it like that so you can actually see. Okay, literally this third image here. Look at this.
Yeah.
This compare... Well, you know what? Even
He's even got the duck eyes.
He's got duck face. Okay, so let me zoom in here. I'll zoom in on this one too.
Yeah.
Which one? Oh, this is Bob from Stranger Things. He dies.
Rip.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert.
Very sad. I actually cried. Because he wanted nothing more than a good family. Howard the Duck.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so let's do a comparison.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I see it a lot more with a kid from
See,
Home Alone.
I see the
It's
eyes.
like the smarky. He's got the smarky and like the look. Like, look at this.
Yeah, I see it.
It literally is Howard the Duck.
Wow.
Look,
man.
yeah. See.
Yeah.
It's
I see, and the same eye color too.
Yeah, he's
Weird.
got the same like lip mouth.
He's got duck lips.
Duck lips.
That's unfortunate.
That literally what is yeah. That's my whole thought process. This entire movie.
So, Howard the Duck was released August 1st, 1986, and is billed.
What does that mean?
Like a duck bill?
Oh, Bill.
As an adventure
Pelican
comedy.
walks into a bar.
Yeah.
And he orders a drink.
Three
and
people.
when the bartender says,
Yeah.
"Give me the money," he says, "Just put it on my bill."
Wah, 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 wah. 3 people walk into a bar, the 4th one ducked. Don't you laugh.
I'm not laughing.
You look to
There's
laugh.
no smile on my face.
A horse walks into a bar, bartender says, "Why the long face?" Whatever.
I don't like puns.
If that's not a pun.
You know I don't like puns.
It
is a pun.
So it's not punny?
Why the long... I lose one of my 9 lives every time.
The story
I got
follows...
like negative 200.
Oh, man. The story follows a humanoid duck that is pulled from his homeworld to Earth, where he must stop an alien invasion. The movie has a pretty decent task, or does a pretty decent task with, movie has a pretty decent cast with Leah Thompson, Jeffrey Jones, and Tim Robbins, with Chip Zien voicing Howard. The movie did not do well at the box office at all.
Yeah, I know.
Not that I would have noticed as a
Can't
kid.
imagine why.
It had a budget of $37 million and cumulative grossed almost $38 million worldwide. So financially a failure as well. So
Wow! Who would have guessed? Who would have guessed? You know what? And after I finished this movie,
yeah,
I sat back and I thought, because in my mind, as a child, I said, "Oh, I love this movie."
Yeah.
If I hadn't have watched this again, I would have gone my entire life thinking that I loved this movie.
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure I only saw the first 13 minutes of it.
But
and then after that, it went downhill. You thought I would have dug the fact that she almost makes love to the duck? Or the duck nudity in the first half where for some reason the female ducks have weird titties? I don't understand. How else would you like breasts? No, because that doesn't cover it. Because you can have chicken breast, but these were titties on ducks in showers. And for what damn reason?
Well, it gave the...
No.
But I thought you would have appreciated the fact of the attention to detail that they gave to his world, his home world.
Attention to detail?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah,
whoever made this is a sicko. Sicko. I feel bad for the people who had to go inside the little duck outfits and have duck titties on them. Horrible.
Stop saying duck.
You show me a duck, a real duck, that has duck titties.
I don't want to see it.
Oh, you don't want to... What the attention to detail? No. Disgusting. Issue number 1. Look, my third thing... Here we go. I'll read you my notes. Duck Universe. No, I'm sorry. Intro credits. Apartment. Duck Universe. He kind of looks like Home Alone kid. Why'd they give the duck tits?
Stop saying
Wormhole.
Tits. I'm so uncomfortable.
You know what? Let me actually... Okay, I'm going to read my entire list.
No, don't.
Oh, no, I will, because you can tell at what point I just stopped listening. Okay? Because there was one point where I literally just couldn't do it anymore. Just like last week with the damn robot movie. Horrible. I don't even want to watch WALL-E after that. It's ruined. So let me start from the beginning.
Yeah.
Apartment.
Yes.
Duck Universe.
Yes.
He kind of looks like Home Alone kid.
Uh-huh.
Why'd they give the duck tits? Wormhole. Thrown in trash. Fights hooligans. Who? Takes him home. He's literally an alien. PTSD. Imagine getting casted for this. Weird. Trash bag. Paleontology. Evolution. Woman screaming is the best result because there's only one person who literally looks at him, screams, and like backs away terrified. Yeah. And that was it. That was the only reaction to this. I was pissed. He ends up back to where he started. Meets the band. Weird again. That's the second time I said weird.
Yeah.
It would not work. How would he be a manager? He's a duck. It would not work. How would he be a manager? One scientist is dying. Car. What's even happening at this diner? This movie is foul.
That's a name for duck.
Oh, is it? Yeah. Mew, mew, mew. I thought this was about a girl who wanted to be in a popular band, and now it's about aliens. Love that. Yeah. And then that's where I stopped.
Oh.
Thank you for coming to the show tonight, folks. That's gonna be all. Moo rating, what would you give it?
Oh, we're not mooing yet. We're not done.
Nobody goes home till we moo. I'm already home. Home is where the heart is.
Beyond the fact that the film was a complete failure, it's one of those movies I think you have to see to believe. The whole storyline is off the wall and totally engulfs the 80s at the time, in my opinion. What I didn't know about Howard the Duck is that he actually a Marvel character. Did you know that?
I did. He's in the Guardians of the Galaxy. Yeah. Yep.
What I didn't know about Howard the Duck also is that he was initially going to be an animated movie. But
animated tits.
Stop
duck tits.
Saying that. But contractually, they couldn't
the
do
people
that.
Need to know.
The people know. They all saw the movie.
Oh, did they? I am apologizing for you.
Yeah.
So sorry that you had to put yourself through that because it was atrocious.
For those of us that are Marvel Universe fans, we know that Howard the Duck shows up for a cameo in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1.
You've never seen that?
Although, yes, I have.
Have you seen Volume 2?
Yeah.
Okay.
Although
is he there as well?
No.
You wouldn't know that.
He's much different looking, though, than he looks in this movie.
Goodness grief.
Then again, he is still a duck. So I'm kind of mad. I thought that maybe you could find love with a duck if he treats you good.
What is wrong with you? I come home. It's a crisp Saturday afternoon, and I say, "Dad, here's my husband," and I show you a duck who looks like the Home Alone kid.
Does he have money? Does he have? Is he stable?
He's staying in the universe that you're in. All his money is back in Duckland. Okay.
Yeah.
Does he go back?
No.
No, he does not go back. Therefore, he's poor.
Well, he lives off you, nothing. I guess.
And you know who's going to hire a duck? Terrible places, clearly. Terrible places, as we see. Foul.
You gotta stop saying foul. Because it's funny. Oh, I love you so much, man. So, the film begins with Howard the Duck, who lives in a parallel universe inhabited by
Duck Universe
anthropomorphic ducks.
With tits.
Stop. Howard spends his days smoking, drinking, and reading the latest issue of Play Duck.
Which has what in it?
Female dogs.
With what?
Breasts.
No.
Stop.
No.
Tits.
Tits. Duck tits.
One day,
Horrible.
as Howard relaxes in his armchair, it begins to quake violently and propels him out of his apartment building and into outer space. He eventually crosses dimensions and ends up in Cleveland, Ohio. Weird. Howard encounters a woman being attacked by thugs and decides to help her out with his unique brand of quack foo. After the thugs scamper, the woman introduces herself as Beverly and decides to take Howard into her apartment and let him spend the night, which is what you do.
Of course. It's good hosting.
It's standard.
And then she goes there, and then she's unintentionally racist towards him.
Yeah.
Because he sits there and he's all like, what am I? A duck? Yes.
That's
She's
true.
like, we have bread and milk. She's like, a bowl? We don't have duck-shaped cups. I apologize. Horrible. Horrible.
The next day, Beverly takes Howard to a supposed scientist named Phil Blumbert, who Beverly hopes can help Howard return to his world. As Phil is revealed to be only a janitor, Howard resigns himself to life on Earth and rejects Beverly's aid. Howard later lands a job cleaning up at a local romantic spa. Due to unfair treatment by his boss, Howard quits the job and returns to Beverly, who plays in a band called Cherry Bomb. At the club Cherry Bomb is performing at, Howard comes across Cherry Bomb's manager and confronts him when he badmouths the band. A fight ensues in which Howard is victorious. So, a question. How did he get a job?
Well, you saw that lady was very determined to get him a job. Because delinquents. Even though he tried to bite her ass for some reason. Ass is on the list. So. Look, I'm interested in this game.
So.
Did you know? So as a child,
Yeah.
I distinctly only remember him being a duck.
Yeah.
Him going through the wormhole. Wormhole.
Yeah.
If you make fun of me, you're the issue. I got a speech impediment. Oops. My Crocs are on the rise.
Yeah.
He goes to that's it as I remember as a kid. And as a kid, and your parents are like, yeah, I like this movie. So you're like, oh, I like this movie. I didn't remember Jack anything about this movie. See, I stopped myself.
Yeah.
Jack anything.
Jack Mule. Anyway.
Certainly didn't remember the duck tits.
Stop.
But I forever will now. I really hope that next week's episode is not about an animal or a robot that people want to have sexual relationships for whatever God's reason. Well, he treats me nice. Get help. Therapy. Literally anything else.
Just be friends.
Not only is he an animal,
Yeah.
but he is a outer space animal. Space herpes. Have you learned nothing?
Those exist.
I know.
Oh.
Have you seen? Okay, weird.
It's an ice pirates.
Weird connection.
Yeah.
Cicadas have been getting STDs recently. That's real. Look it up.
What, did they go to the doctor and complain?
It makes their butt go into this fungusy kind of horrible, and then they fall off.
Man, that's
You
rough.
want to see?
No.
I'm gonna show you anyways.
Okay. Man, that's really rough.
STDs. Fungus, see? Mosophora images.
Mesospora.
Here we
Wow,
go.
that's weird.
Yeah, isn't it awful? So at least they're dying.
It's still pretty horrible.
Here's an image. And I haven't seen one of these yet.
I haven't really heard
Knock
them
on
outside.
wood. I haven't at all. No.
And then everybody's like, "Oh,
And
this is
people
gonna
were
be
like,
the
no,
worst
and they
year
even
ever."
said Virginia was gonna get hit like the hardest with them.
Yeah.
I've seen places where it's been horrible.
Me too.
Like
They're
like,
eating them.
all over the place, like on the wall type stuff.
Yeah,
in
you
the
can't
car.
get rid of
I
them.
haven't seen one of them.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it?
And thank
and you
God.
would think, and I'm fine with it.
I'm
Yeah.
absolutely okay with that
Yeah.
because I will not leave my house. I don't even want to.
I'm calling
most
out
days.
cicadas.
Calling out cicadas.
Yeah.
I was driving home the other night.
Yeah.
And something hit my windshield. I'm still concerned about this. I don't know what it was. It was like dark. Birds aren't out in the dark, so I don't think it was bird.
A bat.
Oh God.
Could
What
have
does
been a
bat poop look like?
I don't know.
No, I do know what that looks like actually because I've seen a video where roaches eat off of it. You know that
It's
one cave
called
somewhere where they
guano.
have the roaches and because the bats are on top and then they poop and feed the roaches.
Ew.
It's horrible, but it's very interesting.
I wouldn't want to go in that
So
cave.
it was not bad poop. But that cave could fit a giant-sized airplane or something like a fighter plane. The whole thing could go through it.
I think it's weird when people have that kind of stuff.
I think it's weird that I remember that.
Who wants to put a fighter plane in there? That's not
It's
where
not
you
about
keep...
wanting. It's to
not where you
size
keep
it
your
up
fighter
to you. It's supposed to I'm gonna fly it in on the poop. You jackass.
So
Look, anyways.
Movie's about to get weird.
So with the... I know it's about to get really weird. So I'm putting all my commentary out now so that when you talk about the weird sexual relations between the main character, who I don't even know the name of, because I was so distracted by the fact that there was a duck in this universe. And her whole, well, he's got soft feathers. Ew. Therapy. Therapy. Get help. Who hurt you? Certainly wasn't the manager. Manager didn't say that unkind of things. He just took their money. Taking my money is not gonna make me go for a duck. How desperate are you?
I'm really glad that you just censored yourself. That was really, really good.
I didn't even want to draw a proper thumbnail this week. I drew the ducks from that one game. The dangerous ones, you know, with the knives.
Is that what that is?
That one you like? Yeah. Doesn't it look like that?
Yeah. I love that.
I gave us eyes.
I like that.
And hair.
It's creepy.
As distinctives.
Howard rejoins Beverly backstage and accompanies her back to her apartment.
Space herpes. That was the connection there.
Yeah. Where Beverly elects Howard to be Cherry Bomb's new manager. The two begin to flirt and almost engage in sexual intercourse, but are interrupted when Blumber and two of his colleagues, Dr. Walter Jennings and Larry, arrive and reveal how Howard came to the world.
And this is like after the fact that they had done, like almost done it the first time where he fell asleep and she went through all his stuff and found a condom and was all like, Howard, you don't know anything about him. He is literally an alien. He's a duck. And you're going to sit there and judge him? Sit there and be like, ooh, disgusting, get help. I'm so sick of this. I mean, but at least he's not 9 days old like the other one.
That's true.
Which one's worse? Bestiality or robot child?
Robot child. Yeah.
I can tell that you would have picked that one based on your reaction to this, with you being like, oh, but you're not gonna... If he's nice to you, get help.
All right. I will. I'll talk to my doctor about it. I have an
It looks like the damn Home Alone kid. I could not focus all movie. And then, I don't... Typecasting is what it called, right? That poor dude from Beetlejuice, the dad from Beetlejuice who's in this
Jeff,
as well.
Yeah.
Poor him. Be a superhero in some movie.
No, he's always that guy.
Always the villain. He always got the weird red scrunched up dying face.
Yeah.
At some point in all of his movies.
Yeah. It's true. Earlier, the scientists have been working on a dimensional jumping device that just happened to be aimed at Howard's universe and brought him to Earth when it was activated.
Yep.
They theorized that Howard can be sent back to his world through the same process, so they drive Howard to the lab planning to send him back. Weird. Where am I? However, the device malfunctions upon being used a second time, arousing the possibility of something else being brought to Earth this time around.
You know what? Quick question. This has nothing to do with what we're talking about.
Oh, okay.
But it's worth it because you're almost done with the movie.
Yeah.
I'd hope.
Yes.
Did you ever... But it just popped in my head. You know how we do this sometimes.
Yeah, I love this stuff.
Listen. Have you ever had, like, the inclination to buy, like, gardening sets? Like, gnomes?
Yeah.
Or, like, those things... You know that turtle and the frog that we see all the time drawing?
Yeah.
Like, because I go to the store... And that's what I usually... So, Father's Day might have passed or came already. I don't know.
It has not.
I got people on my ass about it, being like, what you gonna get your dad?
You really don't have to give me anything.
And I don't. I get you stuff around things.
I know.
Or I get you stuff and I go, okay, this is for your birthday. That's not happening for another 10 months.
Right.
You know? But a lot of the gifts that I give you are like ceramics.
Yes.
That I can never remember to pronounce correctly. But those kind of stuff, so you could... Like the turtle, you could put in the yard if you wanted to.
Yeah.
They're just going to get weathered, you know? But I go to the store and I see stuff like that. Like Kroger has a lot of like the garden ones, like the ones meant for that. And every time I have to stop myself because I'm like, I can't do this.
I am very much the same way.
I would pollute the yard.
when we go to, can I say a store?
Because I'd want, and I would
You said
want.
Kroger.
Yeah, some places don't have Kroger's.
Hamricks.
But, now you doxed us. Nowhere else has Hamricks.
Yeah.
So, I would, so we have a pretty flat yard, but we used to have trees, So in that case, you could, like, do something cool with a set with the trees.
Yeah.
Make a little birdhouse and have, like, full little things.
Yeah.
At my aunt's house, when we went there, they had a cool backyard, with, like, rocks and pathways and toucans that came in and everything. I don't know if you've ever seen this picture.
Yeah,
They're really cool. They got a bunch of little stuff.
They get cool
but you
stuff.
could decorate the hell out of that. And they have like a little pond river thingy. It's cool.
Yeah.
We just got flat nothings, And we have dogs. So you can't really do much with
It's got strawberries.
You got dead plants. Don't say I got a garden.
I haven't
You
done
got dead, overgrown plants.
I haven't done anything with it this year.
But are you planning to?
No.
No. I didn't think so.
Oh.
Plant time's already done.
Yeah. It's harvest.
Can I have a random snow come in when you're strobe? Random drop in temperature.
Oh, no. It's one of those summer winters. Go ahead.
Let that sit a little longer for you. Damn. You've interrupted my train of thought.
No, but we have flat plant and we have dogs.
Yeah, so you can't really do much. But we could, we have a really nice side table that sometimes the people use to put my DoorDash food in, which I always enjoy.
Yeah.
Some lady the other day put it right in front of the screen door. Like, how am I supposed to open the door? How the hell am I supposed to do this? Yeah, and they also forget some of my food, so I got some of my money back on that shit. Oh, shiz. Shih Tzu. Boom.
Boom.
I've been really enjoying these videos lately
Of
these people who have like the hair clients, and they're doing people's hairs, but they're washing to get the scrub.
And they get on their face.
That's just water blowing them to see what they would say. I would not say
People
anything.
don't. People don't say anything. They just accept it. And I'm like, what are you just accepting?
Wouldn't you?
Yes.
Yes, exactly. Why would I judge you?
I would be like,
I'd be all squinty eyed. Like,
why are you all in my mouth?
I always get like that because I'm very eye sensitive when people are like, when we go to the doctors, at the eye doctor, and they're trying to do that thing where they pressure your eyes, and I'm all, I just can't. It's horrible. How would you? I don't understand people who can just sit there and take that. But I had a. Oh gosh.
You were talking about them washing on the face, and you like to watch them.
Yes, whenever they do my hair, and then I pay for that.
Yeah.
Sadly, I never want to, but you have to with my hair. My hair dries so quickly.
Right, it gets booful.
And then, yeah. But they always, if they go even like near if any like they'll droplet spray over, I'm all sour face with it.
Lemon.
But if they could just sit there and waterboard me and be like, okay,
I guess
I got some hair on my face.
I guess we're doing this.
Damn.
I guess.
But
that's crazy, man. So Jennings' body gets taken over by a life form from another alternate dimension. At a diner, the life form introduces itself as the Dark Overlord and demonstrates its developing mental powers by assassinating table condiments. Whatever. Howard then gets into a fight when a trucker in the diner begins to insult him. The fight results in Howard's capture and near decapitation at the hands of the dinner chef. However, the truckers are scared off when the Dark Overlord destroys the cafe and kidnaps Beverly, escaping in an articulated truck. Let me tell you, the Dark Overlord inside of Jennings is gross. He just gets really greasy looking, and when the thing comes out of his mouth, it's like more power, and he's all and it comes out of his mouth. Did you watch that part, or were you not just tuned out by this part?
Like
he's got the
and then it shoots it all over. Yeah, I remember. Cause I only remember that when he's trying to like hit the power button or the button.
Yeah, it's gross, man.
Or some kind of butt, right?
Pretty much. Meanwhile, Howard finds Phil and frees him from a police car. On the run, they discover a light aircraft, which they use to hunt down the Dark Overlord and Beverly. What?
If you were to name an object, what's the first object that comes to mind?
Square.
How the hell is that an object? That is a shape.
Muffin. Muffy.
Object, not food. I guess. I want an object.
Deer. I'm not good at these.
You're giving me living things.
Squirrel.
That is still a living thing. I asked for an object, like lamp or puzzle.
Mutton.
That is food.
Jar. What's the thing?
No, I'm done asking.
Why not jar? Alright. Whatever.
Okay, let's play a game.
No.
No.
Okay.
Quick game.
Yeah.
No. Listen.
Yeah.
It's one of those, it's gonna be like, they do this in therapy.
Oh, God, please.
It's fun. I wouldn't know. I've never been. I'm gonna say a word, you're gonna say the first word that comes to mind.
We did this last week.
No, we didn't.
Yeah, we did. It was horrible, and you just yelled at me.
Ready?
I went to bed sad.
Cat.
Meow.
Dog.
Moo.
Cow.
Moo.
Squirrel.
Moo.
Lamp.
I'm stuck.
Lamp.
Leg.
Nose.
Goblin.
Bug.
Bud.
Butt.
I don't know why. It's just the word. You said say the word that comes to mind.
Okay, I'm sorry. Let's
start
start over. Tomato.
Ice cream.
Juice.
Plant.
What is wrong with you?
I don't know.
Tomato ice cream. Soup.
Fish.
You're just waiting. Clear your mind.
I can't.
Clear it.
I can't. I'm already thinking
Wish
the
them
word.
aloud.
I can't.
Lamp.
Shade.
That was good. Gold.
Fish.
Okay. Campbell.
Soup.
Shirt.
Tie.
Green.
Meadows.
Bug.
Nothing.
Why are you thinking so long?
Nothing came to mind.
Nothing came to mind.
Nothing
Space.
Time.
Oh, that's it. What's the opposite of time?
Continuum.
No, that's do you know what continuum means? You
Do
make fun
you
of
know what continuum
You make fun
means?
of me, and you're the problem.
I
do. Continuum. Continuous. Forever. Boom.
The space-time continuum.
The opposite of time is not continuous forever.
Void.
Voids go on for what? Voids go on forever. Forever? Time. You're terrible.
Remember the ducks at the beginning of the movie?
The space titties?
You stop.
I meant the duck titties.
Oh, God.
Just go with space.
So, having returned to the lab, the Dark Overlord ties Beverly down to a metal bed. Why would that be there? Why would you have a metal bed? It's weird.
Why do the ducks have tits?
Stop.
Stop asking questions that you don't want the answers to.
Hoping to transfer another Dark Overlord into her body with the Dimension Machine. Howard and Phil return to the lab and supposedly destroy the Dark Overlord with an experimental neutron disintegrator laser. However, the Dark Overlord reveals itself as a monstrous stop-motion creature. What?
The way you just went up with the name.
Oh.
Like you were unsure of it.
Neutron disintegrator laser?
You know what we haven't done yet? See, why aren't we doing weird bestiality movies when we could have been doing Back to the Future? I've never seen that movie.
Dude, she's
Never
in
seen
that.
that movie.
Beverly's in that movie.
Well, now when I see her in that movie, I'll go, oh, it's the girl whose bestiality movie did poorly. I want to watch Marty, whatever his name is.
Marty McFly.
Yes.
And
But instead we're doing one. I can't even remember the name of the robot movie. Anytime I just think of it.
Short Circuit.
Short Trauma.
Trauma.
Foul.
Yes. Duck. Oh, we're not doing that anymore. Anyway.
Here, you do it to me. I'll do it.
No.
Yes.
I can't.
Just name things.
Bulbasaur.
Roar.
That's... I don't know, man. Goose.
Plant.
Oh, we're done.
Oh, you made me think of Bulbasaur. You made me confuse my roars. What did you even say?
So.
What was your second one? Goose? You said goose?
Yeah. Golden egg.
Duck tits.
Howard fires the neutron disintegrator
E
at the
for
beast,
explicit.
obliterating it. Yeah, E for explicit. For real. Mommy, Mommy, why does she keep saying that word? Because she's a monster.
Okay, first of all...
Yeah, that's true.
Why would you have your child... You watch this movie, so clearly you're going to know that it has that in this.
That's true.
So, you're the issue.
Yeah, but
Get help.
we've really danced around a lot of different things. Like, if we were to do Dirty Dancing, 90% of that movie is them in bed.
Animal. She's not an animal.
Yeah, but like 90...
Like he's a bear.
I was even thinking of another movie that we were going to... I was like, we should do this movie. And then I was like, dude, all the movie is just them... I'm going to say it, banging it out. Like the whole movie. That's what they're doing.
Well, Dirty Dancing has like 2 scenes like that.
No, it's got a lot of scenes like that.
No, it's not.
Oh, yes, it is.
Look. He is not a duck.
It's true.
If Howard in this movie was a normal human dude, you'd look at this and be like, oh, it's a romantic tale. About him trying to go back home. Tale. Ducktail.
Woo!
Terrible. Foul.
You said it, not me.
Because you're sitting here making jokes like that this whole night. What am I supposed to do? Not comment on it? Because I know you're going to if I don't. Jackass. Mule.
So.
Look at this cat I got.
Yeah, let me see that.
Chilling.
Oh, he's meowing.
The door's open. Who's leaving the door open?
I don't know. Cat gonna get out.
I would love to have one of those houses that have the screens that the bugs can't get in.
Yeah.
You keep the door open.
I don't like that.
I like that. No bugs in the house.
So.
But the door's open.
Dark Overlord destroyed. All the while, the Dimension Machine is in the process of bringing more Dark Overlords to Earth, leaving Howard with no choice but to destroy the machine.
I just took a picture of the cat. Look at this.
Nice. This results in Howard's loss of a ride home, a decision he comes to accept as Earth is now safe. Howard becomes Beverly's manager and hires Phil as an employee on her tour, which I thought was weird. The movie goes on with the Cherry Bombs performing the theme song where Howard inadvertently joins them on stage and plays along. The credit rolls, and it's the movie's end. So.
Oh no, I'm putting the food outside. I'm going to get some stray cats.
Uh-oh, meow meow.
Oh shoot, it's eating.
Your overall thoughts of this movie? I can't think that it's good.
Know. This game is called Adorable Homes, for anyone asking.
No,
it's very nice. Well, I was going to send it to Grandma.
Grandma would probably like it.
I thought she would like it.
She would.
She might be sitting here listening. I wonder what Beth is playing.
I wonder what Beth is playing when she should be recording.
We're recording about a movie about bestiality and aliens. What is my whole thing with this podcast?
Sarcasm?
I hate... Quack.
Quack.
I hate when there's so much going on in a movie.
Yeah.
Yes? Poor writing. First of all, whoever wrote this needs to go to jail right alongside Short Circuit.
Yeah.
Both of y'all need help. Therapy.
All right.
Second of all.
So, how many moves does it give?
I gave it 2.
You gave it 2?
The exact same as Short Circuit.
I gave it 3, and I'm still impressed that you gave it 2.
Because you're a sickie.
Well, I like the movie.
Well, I like the movie. I like that he's a duck, and I think it's cool, and the graphics are neat, and the aliens, and the... Yeah, I'm not surprised that you didn't give it a 5.
You're not surprised? Or you're surprised that I didn't? Please?
Please? Please? You know what? I was working on a puzzle.
Like a cutout puzzle?
It's frustrating. But I was thinking that if I finished the puzzle, we could hang it up.
I would be more than happy to do so.
You're going to pay for it.
I'm not.
Have you seen those puzzles that give you money when you solve them? So you make a QR code with the puzzle.
Yeah.
You type it in, or you scan it, and it scans how much you won. Huh. And you could win up to $1 million.
That would be nice.
People win $100 with it.
I'd be happy with 10. Thanks for 10.
Okay, well, I gotta at least make back the amount I spent on the puzzle.
Oh, wow.
Puzzle's probably about $30.
Well, I'm not spending that on a puzzle, bro.
You could make $100.
I don't want to. You
could make 25 cents.
That makes me not happy.
That would make me extremely unhappy, but you could have won.
Yeah.
$1,000.
I don't like 3D puzzles. They make me nervous.
It's not a 3D puzzle. It's a QR puzzle.
Well, I'm just saying.
Literally a QR code.
I'm just saying.
Why on earth would I make...
People do 3D puzzles?
I'm not good with puzzles.
Yeah.
I'm not.
I get tired of them. I enjoyed doing the one that we did with your mom. That was fun.
I didn't work on that.
I know. I did. So... All right, some trivia. I've got a lot.
Yeah, go ahead with the trivias about the duck tits.
In a Twitter comment, actress Leah Thompson confirmed that she still has the Les Paul guitar that she played in Cherry Bomb, and sometimes still plays it. Pretty neat.
That's cool.
Leah Thompson actually did the singing of all her parts for the band, and so did the other actresses in the group, which is pretty neat. For her 1980s style look, Leah Thompson had her hair styled for about 2 hours each day.
Cherry bomb.
Different cherry bomb. She admitted later that she was not very happy about the treatment and should have worn a wig instead of making her hair all big and crazy.
Oh, dang.
Yeah. Howard the Duck made a second cinematic appearance in the post-credit scene of Guardians of the Galaxy in 2014, which I cannot believe it's already been that long since that movie came out.
2014?
Yeah.
The first time I saw some of that
Isn't that
movie was
weird?
in the dentist's office at one time. Do you remember that?
Weird.
Do you remember?
Yes.
Because I also distinctly remember how that lobby was set up.
Yeah.
Watching that movie, because we watched it off your computer. And then also when they came out with like the little bags.
It's just nuts, isn't it? That 2014? I don't know. But that's exactly 28 years and 1 day after Howard the Duck's theatrical release in the 1986. Both movies are based on Marvel comic books.
Marvel.
Marvel.
If you make fun of me, you're the problem.
Ah.
Ah.
The evil overlord is based on the Marvel villain who originally brought Howard to Earth. His full title in the comic is Thog, the Nether Spawn, Overmaster of Summonus. Thought you should know. Chip Zien was cast as the voice of Howard after filming was completed. During filming, puppeteer Tim Rose spoke Howard's lines to a microphone. That would be weird, wouldn't it?
It makes you think about Zelda. I mean, not Zelda. Yoda.
Yoda. Anytime I think of Yoda, he just fades away. That's all I ever think of with Yoda.
I don't think that until you say that shit. Zoo.
Oh.
Look.
It's fun.
That series hurts me.
I know.
I do not like to think about it.
I know.
Because I get overly attached. And then I get hurt.
Every time.
Every time.
Yep. John Cusack and Martin Short auditioned for the voice of Howard. You know who John Cusack is? Better Off Dead. The guy from Better Off Dead. Yeah, he auditioned for it.
I do know who that is.
Yep.
Do you know who Deez is?
I'm not going to answer that question. I'm not doing it. The original Marvel comics were similar to the style of Deadpool.
Oh, God.
With adult-oriented humor. This was significantly toned down for the film to make it appeal to younger audiences. Although, you've seemed to hit on a rather sensitive topic.
Who, me?
Duck anatomy. Yeah.
How is that sensitive?
Well, because you're clearly upset by the ducks.
Well, yes, because why was Howard not having duck titties?
He's a male.
Cows.
Male.
Cows have udders.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do.
Male cows do not have udders.
Okay, did I say
Google
male?
it.
Did I say male cows have udders, or did I just say cows have udders?
Okay, well that's
and
silly.
You said no, they don't. So now you sound like a goose. Silly.
And silly goose.
Apologies.
Oh no.
Apologies.
I'm not doing it. Apologies.
Honk, honk, honk.
Quack. No.
Ew.
I know.
That was a weird noise. That was strange.
I inhaled and my nose vibrated.
I was thinking that could you have your tonsils removed?
Yes. And your adenoids.
Okay. What the hell is that?
They're back there.
Okay. Well, I was thinking that would that change how you sound?
A little bit.
Really?
Yeah. Was that on what cartoon was it that the guy, they had their tonsils out and it made him sound different? Was that wasn't on Doug? Somebody out there was like, it was this, and I can't remember. It was a cartoon. And they
Courage the Cowardly Dog?
No, but I love that cartoon.
I love that cartoon.
It's so great. It's on HBO Max. Just so you know.
I can't watch that as an adult. That would mess me up severely.
It messed me up as a kid.
That's what I'm saying. Messed me up as a kid. Made me get insensitive or insensitized to horrible horror things.
Desensitized?
What is your problem?
I don't know.
And why is it ruining my day?
I have a bad life. I'm messed up, man. I'm sorry.
You know what could fix that?
No.
You take the moon. You take the sun. You take everything that seems like fun. You brought it up. Bring that show back. That could end all problems.
Yeah,
I
Chowder
miss
was a good one.
That one was great.
Yep.
Rada.
And
That's how I learned about cicadas for the first time.
Yeah. And I loved
show.
how it had all the different art pieces. Like
I did too. I enjoyed the different styles.
It was a lot like what's the one with Bubby? Flapjack. Same thing.
That one also. I see. Okay, if I was to rate it, okay, in horrorness, scary, okay, or deeper meaning type stuff.
Yeah.
I do. Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Yes.
They got away with a lot.
Oh yes.
Flapjack.
Yeah.
Adventure Time.
Yeah.
Chowder.
Yeah. I give you that.
All great shows.
Yeah.
I just can't. I tried. When I was about, I think I want to say late middle school, early high school, I tried to rewatch Courage the Cowardly Dog. I couldn't handle it mentally. It's very straining. It's hard to watch. Because as a kid, you can take all that information in and you don't process it.
It's weird.
Because you don't know enough about life. But you sit down and you watch. Like, they had an episode about, like rape. And like abuse in the house, like with women and everything, because you have like where it's like a pit, one of those big dogs, Up the black dog from that one.
Okay,
it's one of those, but like much bigger, and a small little cat, and she's like Courage is there, and she's like, help me, and she doesn't want to talk, she doesn't want to speak, and she has where she manages to hook him up on like a lamp or something,
okay,
because he was like he's on a couch next to her for a second, like telling her like. Oh, it's okay, you're fine, type stuff. And then she hooks him, he gets aggressive and mean, and she goes to escape, and she opens the door, and there's more of those dogs. And then it just pans back to Courage, and he goes off. But, like, in, like another episode, there was, like, screaming in the background, and, like, yelling, and it's horrible. But, like, the one with the blonde dude still haunts my memories.
Yeah.
Like, when the uncle comes over, or whatever it is that they say he is, with the blonde hair.
Okay.
And he's all like, Courage, and he's in the bathtub shaving himself. It's horrible. Yeah. Like, as a child, that was too much. I can't watch that again now.
Yeah.
That would be awful.
I got you.
And the fox, the hotel. I couldn't get past the first episode.
I know what you're talking about.
It's awful.
Did you watch any of Rocko's Modern Life?
No.
You should watch Rocko's Modern Life, man. That's a good one.
I could not get into it.
Oh, you just not your deal?
I don't like the style. He looks like a weird potato.
Yeah, fair.
Same as I can't watch Cat Dog either. It's horrible.
I like Cat Dog.
It's just too stressful.
Yeah, that's how Invader Zim is kind of to me.
I love Invader Zim. That's different for me.
I like it, but there's sometimes
except
stuff
for yes. If I like that's like one of those things where like on the surface you're like, I like Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Yeah.
And then you're like, I do not like what's behind Courage the Cowardly Dog. But I love Invader Zim, and I in fact think that I am Zim from that. If I was to pick a character out of that whole show, I would be Zim. Huh. He's the sarcastic and just a horrible nature of him.
Yes.
And then like sometimes,
Yeah.
But not all the time. But when I think about that, and like you think about like the episode where they're making food. Or oh my gosh, you know what? The episode where they make them take those tests to decide their futures?
Yes.
That literally happened in school. That is something that actively happens where they sit you down. And because I even, like, when we graduated high school, they gave us that packet. I opened that packet. There's a little sheet, which is like me from the 6th grade, which said, what do you want to do when you get older? And I literally wrote, I would like to be a teacher and a good wife for my husband.
That's who you were in the 6th grade?
Horrible. Foul.
Oh, wow.
Disgusting.
Wow.
I was like, what the... But every year they make you take these tests on this website where you take on these little categories and you fill out your interest with each one of them. And like extroverted, introverted type stuff. What do you enjoy? And if you play your cards right, you can make it go towards what you want.
Okay.
So for like a couple of years, like at the beginning, like 6th and 7th, I made mine go towards writing because I really enjoyed writing.
Sure.
And then towards the end of like 8th and like 9th, I made it go towards education. That's what I wanted.
Weird, huh?
So from then on, I was like, yeah, okay, this is what it is. But you had where people were doing like, and then like once I did with like arts, I was like, oh, well, I'll try to make it go towards the art thing. And, like, they're also judgmental, but it gets, like, they were, like, way more serious with it, like junior year in English before, like, COVID hit and everything. We took that test, because guy didn't come in, they play a little video, and then you take it. And they stand behind you, and they make you fill out all these things, and they're like, okay, well, then for your senior year, we're making you take these classes. And you're like, bruh, what the hell?
No.
Yo, back up, bro, I'm just trying to be a fish, you know?
Right, I'm just...
I'm just gonna try to make the test go for the. I missed like the CAT test. There was like one CAT test maybe something like that. That wasn't like the PTSD or PST or whatever it was like it actually is. But there was this little thing and it was called the CAT exam or something that they bring up like Peter and you read a passage. You like select which ones you wanted to be reading. So I always went for like like romance, mystery, something like that, adventure. And which I was always so mad about because the passages were so good, but they don't tell you the books. Oh. They don't tell you. So you don't know what it's from. Yeah.
Boo.
So you read it, but I always enjoyed that because it made me interested in actually taking the test. Instead, when we take the SOLs, it's like the English SOL, and you're reading a passage, and it's like, the sperm whale weighs up to 3 Garfields, and you're like, I don't care. I don't care. And then you get to the question, and it's like, what form of verb is used in sentence 3? Huh.
Past.
You got adverbs. You got say past.
Past.
I can never remember my verbs. That are like the different forms of adjectives. And then you sit there and they make you like they want to be like, okay, well, what's an ad? Because I know what an adjective is, and a verb and a noun. But then when they ask you, you get nervous about it. You're like, what if I'm wrong?
What if I get wrong? They're gonna change my future.
Verbs and adjectives, I would always mix up.
Yeah.
Like after thinking about it, like doing verbs and then past verbs type stuff, and then adjectives, descriptive verbs type stuff, and you're like, oh, I don't know.
I don't know.
How
tear the test up and run
I
out.
literally never use. That's why I don't ever use like colons. I don't know how.
Oh, really?
Doesn't make sense to me.
I'm really
the different like semicolons and then full colons.
Yeah. I use them
because it depends on the adjective
emphatically
and the nouns.
Yes.
I just like commas. I use a bunch of commas. I like the commas.
Invader Zim.
Yes.
2 episodes that I really remember is when he's trying to pick a friend, and he tests the kids by soaking them up with milk, and the one kid absorbs the milk into his head, and then later when he rides by on his bike, and then he rides by again real fast, and then when he wants organs.
Yeah.
And he keeps taking people's organs, and
he puts them on himself.
And he puts them back.
Human.
But he puts stuff into them, like TVs and all kinds of wrong stuff, and the kids are all sick and wrong.
For the longest time, did you watch the movie? There was a movie that came out not too long ago. It's on Netflix. It was a really good Netflix original.
Did not.
I was really excited about that. The episode that I always think of, 2 episodes that I always think of, is when Zim gets banished and goes back to his planet, but they assign him to his actual job that he was supposed to have, which is the food making job.
Yeah.
And he's trying to escape because each day is the same thing. I think about that one a lot because it's like, wow.
Right.
And then the second one is the episode where they're on the field trip. I don't think Zim's not on the bus with them, but it's
Dim.
Dim.
Oh, what is his name? Dim. Oh, I thought it was the guy that looks like David Duchovny.
But it's not. I don't think it's Dim because that sounds too much like Zim.
Yeah, I thought it was something like
Invader, Zim characters. Dib.
Sorry, I knew it was something like that.
Yes. Dib was like stuck on a bus and it just kept looping. Like the background just kept looping and looping and looping. That one I think about a lot as well.
Yeah, it's creepy.
So, yes. And anytime they were at the school, it was awful.
Yes.
School was always horrible.
Yes.
But yeah, I loved Gur. But I think about this. It was a good series. Like, oh my gosh! And then My Life as a Teenage Robot, which was like
that was weird. And
that only aired for 6 years.
Yeah.
But I remembered that one way well. I was probably 5 or 6, but I remember this was like one of my favorite shows.
Was it?
Yeah, I even rewatched this later on in life. I remembered so much about this. 1999 to 2000.
What about Angry Beavers? Was that before?
No, I never watched. That was before me. That was 2001. They stopped airing things.
Yeah. Isn't that
Danny
crazy?
Phantom, I remember.
Oh, look, there's
I
a
never
review.
watched Rugrats. Jimmy Neutron was weird because it was like when they were first starting to get into animation.
Yeah.
Like 3D animation.
Yeah.
And it's like cool. You're young enough that it doesn't look weird, but it's like, oh. See
Billy and Mandy.
Billy and Mandy.
Crazy stuff happened in that show, man.
I only remember the episode with the spider
The
lady.
spider.
Yeah.
Wait, when he has the spider that's his son, and then no, I'm talking about the man. When
I
it's
do
his,
not know that.
Oh, and he just screams and hates his son, and the son's like, "Okay, Dad, I'm gonna go away now," and he's like, "Ah." Anyway,
See, it's too depressing. I love the Fairly Odd Parents. Watch that all the time. See, I never Fanboy and Chum Chum, which was just a weird experience. I don't know this. As told by Ginger.
Yeah, I don't know.
That just seems horrible. I didn't watch much of the Dexter's Laboratory. I did not like this. Ren and Stimpy?
Yeah.
No. I don't even know these. Chowder, classic. 2007, really? 2010?
Isn't that crazy, man?
Doug.
Doug.
Futurama, I don't know why that's on the child's list, but okay.
All right. Not quite.
But
Anyway.
I don't know.
Who was your favorite character from the movie? Anybody?
Mm-mm.
You didn't have one, huh? Not even Filzy? Filzy. Mine's Howard the Duck.
Probably the dinosaur. Skeleton.
All right. Do you have anything else?
You know, I think about the Breadwinners one too. Do you remember Breadwinners?
The
It's the one
show
with the dogs.
Breadwinners?
Yeah. That one was on for like a year and a half, and that was it. That was later on in life. I mean, we went through the phase of watching a lot of Cartoon Network, which was, cartoons, and then Disney XD, when it was still good, / Disney Channel, with like iCarly and Victoria's.
Yeah.
But like, they play such horrible things now. It's not even good.
Isn't that crazy?
You're like, that's why we don't watch TV anymore. We stopped, like, when we got the iPads and everything, for a while we were like, okay, well, I still like this shit, like Adventure Time. We sit down and we watch Adventure Time if it was on, and the Amazing World of Gumball was good for a while, but things get repetitive, and I got repetitive, and then the kids get older and everything. I mean, I really like Steven Universe. That has a lot of deeper meanings. That was kind of towards the end of the era as well.
Yeah.
But it's not enough to sit there and be like, okay, well, I can watch this on my iPad or my computer with no ads, or I can sit down in the TV where the commercials are horrible now. They're not even interesting. Like, bring back the anti-pot ones where they deflate on the couch. I missed that. I missed that.
You know what you might like? I don't know. Batman the Animated Series? The one that was out when I was a teenager?
I don't like DC. I can't stand it.
All right.
I like DC villains, but like the story, like, it's just, ugh.
I gotcha.
Repetitive. Though I don't like the idea of, I kind of kettle with the pot. I don't like the idea of my parents are dead. I'm now really rich and I get fun for everything that I have.
Yeah.
But I didn't really like Iron Man for the longest time.
Right.
Because his whole thing was, I can pay for my stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why I was really interested in, I am interested in Spider-Man, because his whole thing is, I'm really smart. And then I just got something that enhanced my abilities as a normal person. But he could have been Batman, just without the money, because he was sitting there experiencing making all that stuff. He was the, next Tony Stark type stuff, just from a poorer income.
Yeah.
So that's what's interesting to me. But with Batman, you have, my whole shtick is I want revenge for my parents who are dead. I mean, at some point,
get over
it. Like, I think he learns at one point, right? And you're like, yeah, okay, this is who killed my parents.
Well, at one point, now? He's like, not because I have to, but because I choose to. Like, that's in Batman, one of the movies, Batman Forever.
But that's why also, Superman. Yeah, I'm invincible. I'm not even from this planet, but this rock hurts me.
Yeah, from my home planet.
Green, whatever.
Kryptonite.
Green dude. No, green with the ring.
Green Lantern.
I got a ring. Take the ring off, I'm nothing.
Green Lantern was my favorite as a kid.
I know you like it. I watched that movie and I was bored. I was like, man, the whole thing is,
Not necessarily the movie, kid. I liked the cartoon.
But that's what I'm saying. That's what it's presented to me as a child.
Yeah, I gotcha.
That's my first impression of these people. You're gonna tell me that if that ring comes off and it's not anything, he's something? Nothing that went out of the ring.
Nope, he's not. Hal Jordan.
That's what I don't like. I don't like the Hulk. His whole thing is I get angry and then I'm powerful.
Yeah.
Deadpool's funny. I like watching Deadpool because Deadpool has character.
Yeah.
He's more than, I had cancer and then something went horribly wrong and now I can't die.
Right.
He's self-deprecating and it's funny.
He is definitely
But
that.
you have the Hulk where it's something horrible happened to me. I get angry. I rip my pants.
Purple spandex.
Who else?
I don't know, man.
I don't know.
Doctor Strange.
I can't. I can't. It's hard to watch. See, I want to watch those movies because he seems interesting.
He does seem interesting.
But I haven't watched those yet.
Me
but
either.
I don't know. Like, it was hard to watch the Endgame and like whatever with like no background knowledge because I don't want to watch the other ones because you have to sit there and watch Thor and know the whatever with that, and I don't think he's interesting.
Yeah.
And it's not like
he's a god.
Oh, well, if you watched it, maybe you would like it. But it's like he has a hammer. He smashes the ground. Ooh, he's a god.
Yeah.
I don't like the idea of all powerful versus somebody else who has like little to no chance because you're literally a god.
Yeah. No,
Like,
I get what you're saying. That makes sense. Yeah, definitely.
I'm all about character development, and over the course of 8 movies, finally your character develops.
Took a while.
Took a long time. And what I liked about like Loki and Thor and all that is it's based I could be wrong, but like mythology and stuff.
Norse gods.
Yeah. And so you sit there and whatever, but apparently the movies don't really follow along with that. Like Thor and Loki aren't even brothers, and like Loki has a daughter or something, and can like shift and
I don't know.
Where did that come up in the movie?
I don't know.
Nowhere.
I have no clue. I cannot answer the question. Sorry. I don't know.
Anyways, that's why I don't really like the DC ones. I like the DC villains because the villains are really interesting.
Well, that's Marvel though.
That's what I'm into. Right, but I'm saying DC villains. We're talking about DC comics.
Oh, I got you.
I like the Marvel heroes more. I like more Marvel heroes than I do DC heroes. That's why I pay more attention to Marvel. I put more of my time into that. But I enjoy the villains from DC more. The Riddler, my beloved. Love him.
Yeah.
He's amazing. I like Poison Ivy. I like Harley Quinn.
Do you think that you'll go watch the new Batman with the dude from Twilight in it?
No.
The Riddler's going to be the bad guy in it.
Who's playing the Riddler?
I don't remember. Somebody cool.
Is he hot?
I think so.
Is this him?
Maybe Paul Dano.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, he looks weird.
Well, the Riddler looks weird.
I don't know. I'll have to get the reviews from it first, because I'm gonna have to sit through an hour and a half of Robert Pattinson being all depressed and edgy. Batman.
Yeah, that's true.
And if he doesn't sparkle, what's the point?
If you ain't sparkling, don't come. Oh man. Yeah, they're making the Joker 2. They were saying that it might be based off of the comic, the graphic novel, the Three Jokers for Joker 2. Yeah. I have to watch that one.
Yeah,
still.
it's on HBO Max.
Yeah,
I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, it
makes you think a lot.
It looks really crazy.
I think it's one of those things that people like. So, for an example, Rick and Morty, that was really good for a while, and before it made them take 2 years to make a season type stuff.
Yeah.
And they ended in a point where I think I was in either late middle school or early high school or something like that, where they did the Pickle Rick joke, and that pretty much ended like a good portion of what I liked towards that, because then I had where every middle school boy or high school boy that I knew was making Pickle Rick jokes.
Yeah.
And it got to the point where it's like, this This was a show I really enjoyed because it did make you. It sat there and it was like, okay, well, I understand this joke because it's one of the ones where it's like you have to kind of think about it more, and then it's funnier that way.
Yeah.
And it had like cool, like just dumb stuff in it too. But then they did that, and the whole like.
It changed.
It changed.
Yeah.
And it made it seem like they had to now live up to this new kind of feel.
Yeah.
But like, and then you had where everyone was like, oh well, people who like Rick and Morty are stupid because Pickle Rick.
Right.
But as an example, you have something like that, and then you have what were you saying before? I said that because now I forgot what I was going on about, but it connected.
Oh, I don't know.
It was something where like the fandom ruining what it is, or seeing something. Okay. So the Joker. That's what we're talking about.
Yeah, Joker.
God. If you had just said that, I would have understood. So with that, the movie is really intense.
Yeah.
And watching that for the first time was a lot for, like sitting there, you have to like really think about it. I watched that one after I watched Venom.
Oh.
But you're watching this movie, and like my whole thing with it, my problem was like I watched it after it came out, obviously, a couple months later, after the memes and everything had happened and were going on. But people were making fun of a scene from it where he dances in the bathroom.
Oh, yeah.
And I never understood why that was funny. Because he has like in the movie, when you're watching it, he has a mental problem.
It's clearly.
Horribly mental problem. And it's one of those movies where you think you have it figured out, and then the whole time you're like, oh, no. You thought it was obvious, but then it's not.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, crap. But that scene just never made sense. They play the music, and they do the little dance, and they'd be like, me when this happens. Society. And I'm like, I don't know if I just missed something, like a message in it or something, but
Gotcha.
after even watching the movie, I never understood that part.
No.
Cat's here. Cat's upset too.
No.
Every time I see the cat down here now, I think about the time where it reached up
and
to grab you. How funny that was.
Yeah, it was hilarious.
That was probably that was so funny to me. Because you were like, ow, ow. Oh, crap. Okay.
He's just judging me.
He remembers.
Mm-hmm.
But, I don't know. Howard the Duck, when I was little, I thought it was more than what it was. Rewatching it again, it just seemed like a storyline merged into another one. And then you have, like, where people always want some kind of romance in a movie to make it better, which doesn't belong sometimes. You just don't need it.
It just was unnecessary.
Especially when he is a literal animal. How do you think that's going to be received well?
It's weird.
That doesn't make sense to me. And then, like, I don't know. I have not found a movie yet that I've been a big fan of where it involves aliens. And that's, like, the whole purpose of it was, like, alien something.
We probably need to watch the movie Alien.
Probably.
And then you'll be like, oh, okay, that was it. Well, Star Wars just has aliens.
Right, but, not in a sense of where it's like...
It's not aliens.
Right.
Yeah, I got you.
Something where you start off on Earth, and you have where an invasion happens, and it's like, all this is happening. Aside from maybe that one movie where they realize that the plants or something kill the aliens, and that's what they need to be doing the whole time. It's, like, really intense, because the aliens come in, and they're killing, like, everyone. And then, like, they realize that, like, oxygen hurts them or something. It's a horror movie.
Are you talking about...
I will not know the name.
Okay, well, it doesn't matter.
That, and then... Oh, God, what's the other one?
I mean, you like The Faculty. That has aliens.
That's true. I did like that movie. But it wasn't where something came from space, crash landed, and decided to kill everybody. Or decided to befriend people, and they were trying to send them home.
Yeah.
That's what I mean, to a degree, you know?
Okay.
I mean, I guess, Critters.
Critters?
I did like Critters.
Yeah, you did.
Love Critters.
Critters.
But, that actually makes me think of, a game. So, a lot of things, like, and this is what, like, kind of what I mean, like, Courage the Cowardly Dog with that. This is a big tangent that we're going on with this.
Yeah.
But Courage the Cowardly Dog made me not, like, horror movies aren't so hard for me because I know there are worse things, you know? Like, you have, ooh, boo, and it'll get me. You know, I'll get scared.
Yeah.
But it's like, oh, not real scared.
Gotcha.
Like, I've been, like, I cannot play scary games because I get too anxious to play the scary games. But I'll watch someone play that exact same scary game and just not be affected.
Yeah.
That's my, you know, whatever. But there was a game that I saw someone play once where it was, like, one of those little 8-bit games. But it was, like, a small design where you play a scientist, where you have a family of a wife and a daughter. And your daughter's, like, 5, you know, but you're trying to cure cancer. Oh. That's your thing. So you wake up every day, you do a little option, you go to work. And I almost want to say I talked about this before, because I found this when I was, like, 10 or 11. So, you know, really young. But you do this, but there's an option at certain points where you're, like, you could cheat on your wife.
What?
Because you're curing cancer, so you're getting popular with it.
Yeah.
But at some point, the climax of the story is the infection, or the cure, like, goes sideways with it, and something gets loose because one of your coworkers or something did something, or you did something where you cause an outbreak, and a bunch of people start dying.
Oh, wow.
Like, mass. So you're driving to work, the little scene driving to work, you have people, like, starting fires, jumping out of buildings, like, killing other people type stuff, like, going crazy. And then it's, like, at the top, it starts to say, like, you have X amount of days before the world ends.
Oh, wow.
So there's a scene.
The Thing.
Right.
You like The Thing? Go ahead, sorry, there was a scene.
There's a thing where you finally cure cancer, you make the antidote.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think it's where you cure it, and then you release it, and then everybody starts dying, and then you have to make the antidote for it. And so you have where your wife dies. I think she kills herself, going crazy. You take your daughter to work with you, the last day, and you cure the cancer. You give it to your daughter and everything, and you guys drive up together to, like, this park. And it's like you cured cancer and something at the top, but everyone's dead. It's just you and your kid. And it's so sad.
That's
like,
crazy.
That game really messed me up. There's another one where you're in this really pixelated type game, but you get letters from, like, the outside world, because you're in, like, in a jail cell, but you're not really supposed to be there. But you're actually, like, the entire time you're here, like, when everyone's dying, like, there's this whole thing where, like, organs, where people are trying to, like, sell their organs for money.
Weird.
To buy things, which is a real, like, that literally happens. Or you're trying to buy better organs for yourself, so people are, like, investing a lot of money to get better organs. Do not jump up on me. To get, like, you know, whatever. And then it turns out to be, like, a scam and everything. And then, like, there's other girls, like, messaging you from, like, this bakery that she's stuck in. But you're like, how are you investing? Like, how are you sending letters? But turns out you're, like, everyone's dead by the time you get released. Because you finally find a way to escape. But, like, you go to the bakery where that girl is, and she's, like, killed herself.
Oh, man.
And it's, like, that game really messed me up, too. Because it's, like...
Like that Two Brothers game?
I didn't play that, and for good reason, because every time they played that, they cried.
Yeah.
And the one time I watched the ending, I cried.
Yeah, it's horrible.
Because I didn't take this journey where it's sitting the entire time to take my brother with me just to have him eaten by a spider woman.
But it doesn't matter, no matter what you do. It
doesn't matter what you do.
What you choose, it's that, yeah.
Horrible. I don't like games like that, where you can't... I do like games like that. I like tragical endings. It's hard. It's hard things to accept. But that makes a good story for me. Plop. I don't know. That's why, I don't know. That's why, like, these last 2 movies that we've done, or last couple of movies, like, I want more than that. And, like, I know from, and we talk, it's kind of inexcusable, to be honest, when you have, where at this point in time, anything's possible in film industry. They're trying new things. They're trying to do whatever.
Yeah.
It is strictly just producing and story writing that is going to make your movie sell well. A plot, because, now our problem is rewriting things, redoing things, remastering things, because we're not coming up with new ideas.
Right.
And it's like,
no, I get
it's hard to make a story that's original and new.
Yeah.
But it's harder to find something original and new and then produce it well. But it makes it harder on yourself when you try to do it so well that you end up having too many things going on.
True.
This could have been a really good movie about a international alien that is a duck that crashes onto Earth, and could have had where, like, the government is, like, involved, whatever, and everything, testing. Doesn't have to have anything to do about romance. But it could have had, like, the alien thing where the dude summoned for some reason, and then he fights them and they get sent home, you know?
Gotcha.
Like, that's part of the reason I don't want to watch E.T. Like, I'm scared to watch E.T.
What do you think E.T. is
Because
about?
I feel like that's when it's going to be, like, that kind of same thing where you have this alien that's there, you have a family that it somehow, accepts him for whatever God reason you would accept an alien. And you have, because, like, the kid's gonna be all, well, he's good. It's an alien. You don't know anything about it.
That's true.
But you have it where they're gonna come, okay, we could talk. I'm good. You can trust me.
That's true.
Stranger danger, bro, 101.
All right, we'll take some time before we do E.T.
That's one thing that made me nervous. Like, with these movies, you have where, that's why I was scared to do, when we got closer and closer to 50, I was scared to do New Guy. Because I was like, what if I watch this again and it's not good? Because now that I'm older, with Courage the Cowardly Dog, now that I'm older and I know more, and I can take these jokes. I used to rewatch TV shows for that exact same movie, or movies, for that same reason. Because jokes go over your head as a kid. Because they're meant for the adults who are watching the child watch the movie, be like, oh, ha, 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 ha.
Yeah, like Finding Nemo and stuff like that.
Right.
Like things they could say.
Literally, his whole family died.
Yeah.
Marlin loses everyone that, first 5 seconds of the movie.
Yes.
Except for one of them. And is forced to raise that one by himself. And people were like, well, if the dad hadn't been so overprotected. Man's lost his whole family.
Right.
There were at least 200 little eggs.
Oh, there were, yeah. Yes.
And it's intense. And then a kid, you watch that and you're like, oh, it's just Nemo. Wow, he's shiny. He's got a little crack on him. You don't think, wow, he lost his whole wife and literally,
his entire family.
Minus one.
What do you think you're going to be like?
That gets kidnapped.
Yep.
And then he then has to cross the entire, you don't think about how big that is.
Yeah.
That's why that movie did so well. It's because you had not only where, your parents take your 5-year-old to go watch a fish movie, and then you, the parent, are, crying at the end of it. You're like, go Marlin, Yeah. Here's a beautiful movie that has, the coral reef that's dying.
Right.
Messages about pollution in it.
Yep. Messages
about, going in and taking, ripping animals out of their habitat. For whatever reason, and you had where the little girls killing fishes. You have them in fish tanks that are too small for them. It's deeper messages, stuff that people don't think about after they're done, except that they did with that because you have where the older people are watching it and they're like, oh, maybe this is a problem. Yeah. That's why I love Studio Ghibli, because their whole thing, always centered around taking care of the earth.
Yeah.
So, it's crazy. And there's one of those, there's a Studio Ghibli movie that I refuse to watch because it's literally about, these two brothers. And, one of the brothers is, it takes place after we had bombed. And, And so, it's pretty much like a shove in the face to Americans. Here's what you did to us. Screw you.
Yeah.
And it's but his whole thing is, trying to feed the both of them. So he goes out and he does this thing where he finally gets bread, and he comes back and his brother is stick thin and dead, and he died.
Oh wow!
Waiting for his brother to return with the food.
Oh crap!
And so the brother comes back with the bread and he's like, just eat, and brother's dead. And I refuse to watch that movie because that would shatter me.
Yeah.
In a million pieces. And it made me think of the book that I read in the 5th grade or the 4th grade about Pompeii, about this blind kid and his dog, blind orphan with just a dog, and the dog leads him to food and such. But then the volcano erupts, and the dog is trying to lead him out and everything, and then the dog dies.
Of course.
So then you just have the blind kid by himself.
Sucks.
And it's the other way around where the blind kid dies and the dog stays by his side. And it's I cannot handle that. I cannot. It's too sad.
All right.
Villain origin story.
That was deep.
Same thing with Pigs in Blankets when they could not find the other one.
Pigs in Hiding.
Pigs in Hiding.
That was... I can't even talk about that book. That and The Giving Tree tear me up every time.
I hate when you talk about the damn book. Because that book's sad.
It is horrible.
And you go into Barnes & Noble now and you look around at the child section for like the books and everything, and you don't get like deeper meanings like that anymore. Like Shel Silverstein and everything.
Yeah.
Like those books.
Isn't
like
it
that's
different?
what I was
It's
raised
different,
on.
isn't it?
And you're like, well, where the side of the like path
the sidewalk ends.
All of those, you had scary stories told in the dark. That's what our little bookshelf was. It's like, yeah, that's okay for you to read, 5-year-old kid. And you're like flipping through the horrible images. But where the side, like I have both of those books in the Attic in the Light. Or Light in the Attic, Attic in the Light.
What?
But reading through those little poems and everything, like that's what got me into wanting to write.
Yeah.
And now you have what's the dog's name?
Biscuit.
Biscuit the dog. Never will I ever read one of those damn books. And you always press that on
You
me.
enjoyed Biscuit as a kid.
I did not read Biscuit.
Did.
You always try to get me to read Biscuit.
Whatever, dude.
And when I said, I want a dog, you said, Biscuit the dog. And I said, I will set fire to the house.
Nice.
Hate that dog. But I didn't end up reading, like I read Junie B. Jones.
Yeah.
But I didn't read Pete the Cat.
Tabby did.
Right. Or the Ladybug Princess one or whatever. Princess Ladybug with the book and the girl and she had to be friends.
Yeah.
They dressed up as, I didn't have that.
Yeah.
I would not have enjoyed that.
Different, isn't it?
It's softer.
Yeah.
I mean, there's some books out there that do have really good meanings that you could read your kids and everything, and they're good books. But it's not like Where the Wild Things Grow. That one, that's what I'm bringing up. If I'm going to therapy, that's one of the books that get brought up.
Oh no.
I wouldn't know though because I don't go to
Max?
therapy. But yeah.
Oh God, shut up. Anyway.
That will be talked about in therapy too.
Go.
But.
Got anything else? That was deep.
Tangent.
That was good though. It's good. It all applies. Howard the
It does all
Duck.
apply. Though what do I'm unfunny and annoying.
Yeah. Yeah, we gotta
And you're barely tolerable.
we'll talk about it.
Can't remember our names.
We got a review. And I thought the guy left a review but gave us 5 stars and gave us a negative review, and I was like, well, at least he gave us 5 stars. Then I looked at it, no, he gave us a 1 star. And he said, male host, I can read it. Hold on a second, keep talking. Keep talking because I want to.
It was my first bad review. Which I want to know which episode it was.
Yeah, I would love to know.
Some episodes I just don't have the energy for. Some of the movies I just don't enjoy simply. Like, this one's easy to talk about because we watched Short Circuit, and I can compare it to that.
I wonder if that is what because he put it in on June 13th, or it was done on June 13th.
Most recent one.
So maybe he listened to the most recent episode, which would have been Short Circuit.
Yeah, and all I had was complaining for that one.
And yesterday has 1 new review, and I was like, "Oh, cool! We got a new review. I love reviews."
Yep.
Male host, decent, maybe somewhat likable. Female host, super annoying and not at all funny. Can't remember their names.
It's because that movie I just complained the entire time.
You know what, though? I'll take a bad review because at
yeah.
least it's a review and whatever. I like that we got it. If you're going to take the time to write a review, then we made some kind of impression on you. So good on you, buddy. Thank you for the review. Good or bad, we always say.
You know what? If he liked the Short Circuit movie, then I don't even want him as a watcher anyways. So, good on him for not coming back. You should have picked another movie that maybe you did like better, but clearly your taste is ass, Mule. So.
Big Trouble in Little China.
God, not that one. Anyone else?
Big Apple.
Any other one?
Oh, no.
Oh, not that movie. I think about that movie a lot. Sometimes, ow, that was my nail.
Yeah.
There's not even anything here. That just clipped.
Ugh.
Ouch.
All right.
But I'm done.
Anything else?
I want to play my cat game.
All right. We're going to wrap this one up tonight. I'd like to thank everyone for stopping by and listening to our 55th episode. We definitely appreciate it more than you could imagine. Of course, the best way to say you love us is to give us that 5-star review on iTunes. 5 stars. You can email us at the yesteryearpodcast@gmail.com. Twitter is twitter.com/yesteryearpcast. Instagram.com/yesteryearpodcast. Facebook.com/yesteryearpodcast. We do have our private group, the Truffle Shufflers. The secret question is the host names, James and Beth, which that person couldn't remember. The website is the yesteryearpodcast.com. We got some cool stuff in the shop. Stop by, get some merch. We do have our Patreon if you'd like to go that route. It is patreon.com/the nostalgia group. A shout out to Greg Revan for our intro and outro music. I messed that up. And as always, love you and say goodnight.
Good night, everyone.